Chapter number 3. Strange Kingdom. The kingdom of Arth Valley survived the heavy torrid rain which caused a devastating flood. Because of King Leo's leadership, all the aristocracies and the peasants worked together to save the surf town and the grain silos from destruction. The trench and the levee saved them. The serfs did most of the backbreaking work, and the aristocrated lent out tools and draft animals, but did not want to get their soft hands dirty. Many of the royals like Prince Dirk and Prince Peter helped with the digging, and Peter even got a medal for saving a toddler. King Leo had a big feast for all the people of the kingdom. He butchered a hog and a bull. Samuel and his family, mother, father, and little sister all sat on a big table eating, and King Leo approached with his piercing blue eyes and bushy black eyebrows. He shook their hands and thanked them for all the hard work. Samuel gained a lot of respect for him. Samuel noticed the aristocrat women standing off by themselves with high beehive-like hairstyles. They drank wine with their pinkies pointed up in their noses. He also noticed a girl who looked out of place. It was the young gray-eyed witch. She wore her gray dress with long socks and purple boots. She was pale with black lipstick, but she did not wear the pointy hat, but instead a black cap. She smiled at Samuel and gestured for him to follow her. She walked through a culvert surrounded by thorny bushes. He excused himself and entered the culvert, which exited in a little hollow surrounded by thorn bushes. She smiled, and it made his heart melt. She was so pretty. "You left this." She gave him the wicker basket. Silly boy. He took it, and she pecked him on the cheek. "You're cute." "My name is Samuel," he said. "I know," she said. She asked him how much he saw the other day in the oak forest. He said he saw the dog being slit open and the prediction. "Why didn't you warn us?" He asked. Who would I tell? And who would believe me? She explained. "I did want to tell you, but my aunts forbid it." "You wanted to warn me?" He asked. "Yes, I have been thinking about you a lot," she replied. She opened her blouse and let him see her breasts. His eyes grew big, and he never wanted to forget what he just saw. She kissed him again and giggled. She vanished into thin air and heard a faint giggle, and the witch whispered, "Silly boy." Samuel returned to the feast, and his dad knew something happened because he kept smirking at him. He may have had lipstick on his cheek. He gave the baker back the basket, but he barely cared. There were more orders to make to the terraces where the aristocracies lived. The ground was still muddy from the flood, so the wagon barely rolled. Goat struggled, which made him pass gas more than normal. The baker in the courtyard screamed at Samuel again and threatened to hurt him, and he ignored his threats and passes under the arch way to the splendid palaces and manors the aristocracies lived in. He again sold a loaf to the young blonde lady with the side braid. She touched him on the arm and gave him a big tip again. He came out on the other end of the terraces to avoid the cranky baker, and a group of young thugs came out of the bushes to intimidate him. They wore masks and held clubs. "Don't come back, or you will be sorry." They threw rocks at Samuel and Goat as they ran off. A rock cut Goat on his neck, and he bled a little. Samuel's father was hired to build a new bridge across Green River because the flood washed the old one away. Samuel helped when he could, and was taking a break eating crackers on a tree stump by the wilderness. He noticed a bullfrog, and he noticed a strange-looking man stalking the bullfrog. The man had a square jaw, slanted forehead, protruding mouth, and red hair. He wore animal skins. He ran to get his father, and when they came back, there were way more. "Square heads," he said. Samuel's father never said anything with so much hate before, and he saw hate in his eyes. There were hundreds of them now. They were weak and hungry. Mothers were with child and infants. Samuel felt empathy for them. The flood must have washed them out of the valley. They came here for food and fresh water, Samuel's father said. Samuel asked for stale bread from the baker and grabbed a keg of ale from the alehouse. He loaded the supplies on the wagon which Goat pulled. On his way back to Green River, she appeared. The gray-eyed witch was wearing her pointy hat and purple boots. "Can I help?" She asked and helped out pass bread to hungry squareheads, and they gave them ale. Samuel's father looked at them suspiciously. Later, he asked him who the young lady was, and asked him to be careful. The squareheads were hunter-gatherers who lived in the valley like they have for centuries. They were primitives who lived off the land by fishing and hunting game.